Hello, how is everyone doing in this beautiful, beautiful day? Mm. And this continuation and this lead up to the 8-8 and everything that's coming in and the new moon that's about to come in. And there's always so much going on. So, how is everybody doing? I wanted to come in because this was it actually kind of hit me very, very strongly yesterday. And then I thought I was going to come on yesterday. And it was very clear that it needed space and grace to come in and harmonize. So I think this is going to be a dance of two kind of message between the masculine and feminine because it's quite beautiful. So masculine collective in general, one of the things that I thought was very interesting to feel as it runs through me, because there's a point that needs to be held, right? A point in reality that needs to be held, basically. So that's where a lot of my voice comes from. But it was also seeing that there's this massive storm kind of hitting most of the collective. And this could be feminine too. I think it's hitting all of us. But it's also like this point, and the natural act from the masculine energy is to continue to keep busy to kind of avoid the storm. So that's what I kind of saw. So you might see that in the general system. And the opportunity is, of course, to dive deeper because when the storm comes in, you go through the storm. So, that being said, going into this right off the bat, one of the things that I thought was very interesting that in the waters themselves, what was coming in and what was being retrieved. So, we've talked about going to the sun, we've talked about going to Eden, planting your foot, the releasing the need of the feminine, right? It's still from the mother, but it's like there's a new point, new ground being reached. Okay. Now, from mother's waters themselves, this is what came into me was it was actually like the retrieval of more of the masculine sexual energy. And it's very interesting because it was being held. So you needed your container in order to be able to receive this or retrieve. That's a better word, retrieve. And so feeling this come back in was amazing. It was all to do with, ooh, there it is. It's everything to do with Osiris, actually. If you want to look at that story, right? And so the 14 pieces, and then the one piece that was not found from the rivers was Osiris's phallus. And this felt like the waters returning. And it was very, very interesting to feel it because I'm just like, whoa, there's more energy than I ever felt before. But it's pure. It's like that's not. It will be very clear with this lustful, with this sexual energy. It's not lustful. It's actually creation energy. So it was retrieving that and feeling it come back in, and I was feeling this huge door opening, and it was this whole everything to do with it was retrieving it because it was this dance with the feminine of this new creation, right? So it was like that's why it was being returned because it was like it needed that in order to dance, to play, to actually seed the life, to co-create because you're the mirror point of reality. So like feeling all this energy come in, like you can feel this right now. Like you have a certain trajectory that's like being asked of you and the trigger points and everything that's being pulled up as this continues. It's just like, well, there's got to be another option. There's more to this, right? And it's like wondering how the true frequency and all that you feel within connected into the crystalline core, how that works in the reality because you don't see it in the tracks lying ahead. This was actually providing the new groundwork because it needs to be formed. And when I was feeling all of this, I'm just like, okay, so how do we play in the physical? Like it is actually birthing into the physical, and you have to create that. So it's not given. It's like a huge dance with the pure energy of earth, with the pure energy of the sun, with your internal feminine, with your masculine. And when I was feeling this, the energy would not like run into the physical. And so I stopped and I just sat. And when this was feeling this, as this was flowing in from the mother's waters, it was very important that it was just like, well, yeah, it's the dance of two, Connor. I'm just like, oh, that makes so much more sense. Of course. Of course. So then it's the dance between masculine and feminine that actually brings it into the physical, the masculine energy and the feminine energy. And you can feel this within. Now, as someone, if you don't feel like an actual physical person and the physical is coming, then I encourage you to work with your internal energies as well as external. So this could be a tree and something like that that holds that energy. I've met mountains that hold a feminine energy. I've met mountains that hold a masculine energy, right? That's a lot of energy. But it was actually like, oh, yeah, it needs that to actually dance into the physical. Of course, it's how everything works. So feeling this and this huge opportunity, not opportunity, this huge, like actual play date is coming into form, but it's actually instilling a brand new system. And it's your co creation with between masculine and feminine that actually dances all of it. The sense of play seems to be paramount. Every time I walked into the sacred land out here, all of it, all the signs that have returned back has always been a sense of play, whether it's the deer playing with each other or the jackrabbits playing tag. That has been the messages so important to be seen. And I just take that and I'm just like, okay, I got it. Like it's really in this time of this, in some ways, you can feel the energy coming to meet you and it's intense. It's a triggering point. Like we haven't, like, there's a lot of intense energies physically on the physical plane and in the spiritual plane. I mean, day to day life feels kind of a lot, right? And it's just like, well, make sure you instill that sense of play because it breaks it all up. And then playing between the dance of two is instilling that love. And this can be between counterparts. This can be just strictly between masculine and feminine. I think that's more important. That's at least everything that I've seen. And we can talk about physically intimacy, but I don't think it's creation itself. So we're not limiting it to anything. It's actually just co-creating the reality for the stream to run more fluidly, more streamlined, more into physical reality, birthing into all of it. And it's actually coming together to play in that and coming in as a sense of play actually forms the new world that you always thought into the deep energies. It's how it all works. Makes perfect sense. It's really, really, really fun, actually. Feeling all of this and then seeing how it all kind of just effortlessly forms together as I was playing with it. I'm just like, oh, of course. Of course. That feels amazing. And so in this time, the deep waters feels like this time is like just petering out. Honestly, this deep purification. I think we're on the tail end. I don't know. I haven't looked at an astrology chart, but at the same time, just feeling the energies does feel like it's on the tail end. So, and it does feel like this huge return to play. So, playing in the sandbox, making the new ground, and seeing the opportunity in the face of whatever is coming in to face you feels huge. But it is the retrieval of the masculine sexual energy from the mother's waters. Then, as this able to come into this meeting point of play, because you need that, you need your creation source, you need that sexual energy, that creation source to able to co-create together. And you're dancing in the pure energy, so you need all of that, and it feels really, really fun. Really, really does. And that's the whole point of it, is returning that sense of play. So with this, is there anything else that wants to be said? Space and grace is very, very important in this time. So if you feel like you have so much to do in this busy work, masculine or feminine energy, just allow yourself the space and grace, even how triggering that might be for you, especially in this time. Because there's always work to be done, right? But rest sometimes is more important. So I will leave it here. It feels very amazing and it feels very so much fun. So I will link down my information for my sessions down below if you feel called to come work with me, and as well as my website. And I think I just put up a blog video today. So if you want to check that out, you're more than welcome to. So with that, we will leave it here to go say hi to the sun because it's out before the lightning guys come in again. By the way, from my last video, I did lose that game of tag. But anyways, Honor, I give you a lot of love. And I give you a lot of love. Shine bright and have fun with the adventure. Take care.